So you're thinking of moving to Las Vegas and thinking about maybe North Las Vegas. In this video, we're going to go through the pros and the cons of living in North Las Vegas. So let's get after it right now. Hey, if this is your first time to the channel and you want to know everything there is to know about living in Las Vegas and the Las Vegas real estate market, go ahead, click subscribe, tap that bell for notifications, and you'll be the first in the know for everything that's happening here in Las Vegas. Hey, my name's Anthony, and my team and I get calls, texts, and emails from people just like you every day looking to make their move and relocate to Las Vegas. Whether you're looking to move in 9 to 90 days, go ahead and shoot us a text, give me a call, send me an email, and we'd be more than happy to make your move go as smooth as possible. So, as I said, today we're going to be talking about the city of North Las Vegas in the Las Vegas area and the pros and the cons of it. Now, the city of North Las Vegas is one of the biggest up and growing and up and coming areas here in Las Vegas. It's seen quite a revitalization, a renaissance, if you will, and there are a lot of pros to it. There's a few cons, so let's go through them and figure out what they are. Okay, so the first pro, and the biggest pro for moving to North Las Vegas, is affordability of housing. Look, throughout the Las Vegas Valley, so Las Vegas, 28 miles north to south, 26 miles to 28 miles east to west. It's a pretty tight geographic area, and it's got a bunch of different clusters. North Las Vegas is one of them. Now, North Las Vegas, like I said, is one of the most affordable places to live here in the Las Vegas area. When I just checked the MLS, the multiple listing service, to see what homes were available in the area, it was a very tight and narrow band of prices. Things range from $300,000 to no more than $700,000. In the rest of some of the other areas, you can get up into the $25 million range, and a lot of homes in the $1 million+ range. But North Las Vegas is still one of the most affordable places to live in the entire Las Vegas area, which is fantastic if you're looking to move here for that quality of life, the cost of living. It's got so many great benefits to it, and it's just a really good place to live. The other part of the equation is we have Nellis Air Force Base, which is one of the largest Air Force bases in the country, and it has a lot of traffic. So we get a lot of military relocation here in Las Vegas. And if you're an Alien fan, Nellis Air Force Base, Area 51, is quasi part of Nellis Air Force Base. But a little aside. But if you are a veteran or you're active military and you're coming to work at Nellis Air Force Base, fantastic place to live, North Las Vegas. From the west side of North Las Vegas, the city of North Las Vegas, the Aliante Casino, let's take that, to the gates of Nellis Air Force Base, it's 11 miles. It's a 15-minute commute every morning. It is a great place to live and close to the Air Force Base. So if you're military and you want to come move out here and you're relocating and you're getting shipped here, look at North Las Vegas. It is a fantastic place to move. It's got great quality of life and you're close to work. The other thing about North Las Vegas is what you'll find is a lot of the lots are actually a bigger size than they are in some of the other more dense areas of the Las Vegas area. So not only is the housing more affordable, but you actually get a little bit more space as well. Space to, go ahead and hang out on barbecue and have great times in the backyard, nice front yards. Like I said, you get a little bit of extra space in a lot of the different areas in North Las Vegas. So that is another big pro of living here. In the 70s and 80s, North Las Vegas kind of became a forgotten area in all of Las Vegas. It just didn't get a lot of love, okay, during that time. Then in the 80s and 90s and the early 2000s, developers and investors came and saw that the population of Las Vegas in general was surging. Where was there good areas to redevelop, to make new again? And North Las Vegas between the Economic Council, the city government, and the investors and developers got together and said, hey, you know, we've kind of neglected North Las Vegas for a while. Let's make this a powerhouse. And that is exactly what they've done. They have revitalized and it has become quite a renaissance, North Las Vegas. So they put a lot of money into a couple different things. One thing is they made it very conducive for businesses to come into North Las Vegas and relocate. It's also, the 15 goes right through North Las Vegas. So that's a major freeway route that a lot of trucks go through in order to get from the Southwest and from Southern California all the way up through where the 15 goes, through Utah, through Idaho, and so on and so forth. So it became a big transportation hub. And what's happened is there've been all kinds of credits and all kinds of negotiations to bring in a lot of big employers. So a couple big employers anchored the development here. We have Amazon. Amazon came and built an 850,000 square foot distribution and warehouse facility here. Sephora built a 750,000 square foot distribution facility here. Who knew that much makeup was getting sold? But apparently Sephora threw a lot of product and they need a lot of people and a lot of area in order to move that product to the different stores. So they developed their distribution center. On top of that, we have Bigelow Aerospace. Now, Bigelow Aerospace may not be a household name like SpaceX. It's started by Bob Bigelow, another billionaire similar to Elon Musk, and actually they're pretty close on target as to the kinds of things that they do. So Bigelow, although doesn't have that name recognition of a SpaceX throughout the rest of the country and normal folk, it is one of the top players in the aerospace industry and is making a lot of headway. Those three came in and anchored the development here and the economic redevelopment here. So it's become a big drawer of all of those, A, manufacturing jobs, but B, a lot of tech jobs here. So in addition to those couple different things that you've got going on, you've got a lot of tech companies. We have a lot of manufacturing that is moving here, a lot of distribution centers that are moving here. So this North Las Vegas, the city itself and their economic team and the politicians there, along with private enterprises, have come together and really made North Las Vegas the hub and the place to go where people are moving their businesses to and drawing lots more people to the area. So right now, the population of North Las Vegas is about 258,000. They're expecting it within the next 15 years to grow to about 350,000. So there's quite a lot of growth that's happening there. And a lot of that is driven by those economic engines of all the businesses moving. So you take that along with the affordability of housing in the area, and you see the population growth that's coming. And if you put those two together, you can see that right now is a fantastic time to get into the North Las Vegas area. Not only does it provide you the quality of life, but there's a lot of upside to moving there as well if you look out over the future. The indicators are there to show that there's a lot of opportunity there. And that is why all of this money, all of these companies, the entire economic engine is driving and looking at that North Las Vegas area and developing it. And it's creating that renaissance, and rising tide lifts all boats. So that big economic upswing in the area is lifting everybody up, and it's making everything in North Las Vegas gain in value and have so much more to offer. Now, in addition to bringing in the economic engine, the city knew that, hey, we have to have a great place for all of these workers that all of these new jobs are creating. The workers and the people who we're trying to bring in to support that economic engine are going to need a fantastic place to live. Okay, so they've done a lot of work to redeveloping the area and making the quality of life for its residents even better. There's 5 master plan community in North Las Vegas. There's the it started with the Aliante and El Dorado master plan communities. Then you have Sedona Ranch, the villages at Tule Springs, and Valley Vista. So those 5 master plan communities, that's where the biggest revitalization is taking place in the North Las Vegas area. And that's where the big opportunity is and all the fantastic new housing is. Now, there's still a lot of construction going on in all of these different areas as they continue to build this out and grow it to what it's going to be over the long term. So that's why the opportunity is there. So everything is pretty new. El Dorado and Aliante were the first 2. El Dorado is completely sold out for new construction. There's a lot of resale in there and it's a fantastic place to live. As far as new construction, there's nothing really there anymore. But there is in all of the other master plan communities. So if you'd like to go and take a look at new construction, we can do that as well. So there's a lot of great opportunities for resale as well as new construction. Getting back to the long-term vision of the policymakers of the city, and 1, bringing in the economic engine, 2, making it a great place for people to live. There are 33 parks covering 490 plus acres in the area, in the city of North Las Vegas. So there's lots of greenery, lots of places to go, lots of places to play ball, lots of places to go and picnic, lots of places to go and recreate. You're also close to a lot of recreation as well. You're close to the Tule Springs, which is also right next to the Floyd Lamb Park, which is a great place to go. And I know if you check out some of our other videos, especially when we go into Centennial Hills, we talk about Floyd Lamb Park. So Centennial Hills and North Las Vegas basically abut each other. There is so much going on there. All of the infrastructure is being upgraded. All of the services, all of the stores, they're all fairly new. All of the roads, a lot of the roads are fairly new. There's a lot going on in North Las Vegas. And if you want to get in, like I said, and get into that affordability, which over the long run may have a big impact for you as an investment strategy, this is a place that you want to be looking. No pros list of moving to anywhere in Las Vegas would be complete without my favorite, and that is the no state income tax here in Nevada. Look, I can't reiterate over and over again how important no state income taxes is. First of all, if you've come to Las Vegas as a tourist, I would like to thank you. It is because of you and you're coming here and spending at our casinos and going out and doing all the things that Las Vegas has to offer that we don't pay state income taxes. When you come here and you start to live here, you get to enjoy that and you get to thank all your friends for paying your taxes for you. Las Vegas is a fantastic place because literally we're 4 to 5 hours away from LA. You're 4 or 5 hours away from Arizona, from Phoenix. You're a couple hours away from Utah and all the recreation there. We have McCarran, or now Harry Reid International Airport. Because we have 41 million people a year coming in to the Las Vegas area, and a lot of them coming in on airlines, there are flights all day, all night coming in and out of McCarran, which makes it easy to get anywhere in the world right from here. And it also makes it kind of a less expensive location because there is so much traffic coming in and out of here. So those are some of the pros of living in North Las Vegas. Now let's look at, a couple of the challenges of living in North Las Vegas. So the biggest challenge of living in North Las Vegas is that it is an area that is currently being revitalized. Now as we saw the opportunity, we came in, we invested in it, and we're upgrading everything. Things are booming. but not everywhere in North Las Vegas has seen their part of the boom yet. You know, it takes a while. You can't just wave a magic wand and change the city overnight. So it is a process. There are some areas that have yet to enjoy that revitalization to the same degree as a lot of the master plan communities. And in some of those areas, the statistics may be a little bit more skewed one way or another than North Las Vegas as a whole. So it kind of throws off the average. So when you look at statistics online and you see the different statistics, you need to really know that North Las Vegas is a work in progress. What that does tell you though is, you know, they plan to redevelop everything. Maybe that's an opportunity. Just something to think about. If you look long term and you see the general trends, maybe you may want to look, if you're looking for investment opportunities, maybe something in the not yet revitalized area, maybe a place that you want to look for an investment opportunity. The second con is that because it is a work in progress, there still is a lot of construction going on. There's a lot of new home construction. There's a lot of infrastructure construction. There's a lot of store development and retail development and commercial activity that is being constructed. Las Vegas has a long, bright future ahead of it, and we're just in the beginning phases of it. You have to understand that the affordability part of it comes with the fact that you're in the beginning stages of it. It's one of the trade-offs of living in a revitalization area is that, you know, if you're getting in early, you pay a little less, but your payoff could be more, but you have to offset it with something like construction. It's not bad. I don't know how they do it. I think there's magic in the water here. They can put up a development. I think they sprinkle house seeds around, and then at night they come in water, or there's little ferries. I'm not real sure how it works. But then a day later, there's an entire built up subdivision. Same thing with stores, same thing with all those construction projects. So just know that there is still a lot of revitalization construction. Let's move on to the next con. The next potential challenge of living in North Las Vegas is that it is in the northeast corner of the Las Vegas metro area. The Harry Reid McCarran International Airport is right in the middle on the most southern area. So if you need to get to the airport, you do have to jump on the 15, which crosses right through the middle of town. Now, the 15 isn't bad. It's not long. Like I said, nothing in here is long, but the 15 from the Spaghetti Bowl, which is where the 93, 95, the 515, and the 15 all meet, which is at the edge of the strip. Kind of think of where the Stratosphere is. That's where the Spaghetti Bowl is, all the way down to the end of the strip. That is our most congested area as far as traffic goes. Congested for Vegas. Now it's a Saturday or Sunday afternoon if you live in LA, even in our most congested time. It's not that bad, but just recognize that you do have to drive through that in order to get to the airport. If you watch my map video, everything you need to know about North Las Vegas, you'll see our freeway system here is pretty amazing. We have the Beltway, which is the 215, which takes you in a big square around the city. We have the 15, which drops you right through the middle of the city. And then the 93, 95, which takes you around the other side of the city and through Henderson. Very easy to get around. You connect in North Las Vegas with all of these freeways, so it's not that bad, but you are in that corner. You're not right in the city center as close to the strip as say a Spring Valley or somewhere like that. Not a bad thing, just one of the challenges that you need to know. The final con is you're moving to Las Vegas. Las Vegas is a desert, and it does get very hot during the summer. It's a dry heat. It is a dry heat, which is much different than a Florida heat where you get 100 degrees and 100% humidity. Here we get 110, but like a 3% humidity. So it is different, but it does get warm here during 3 or 4 months of the year. But that's okay. We have all of the recreation, both indoors and outdoors, for you to take advantage of. There are those 33 parks, 491 acres that are built. They are lush, they are filled with trees, there's lots of shade, there's lots of water features for the kids to go to and you to cool off at. And not only that, but because this is a desert and we understand that, and everything has been built so that during those months of the year when it is warm, there's a lot to do inside. There's a ton of entertainment that's been developed just to get out of that heat. The casinos are fantastic. The malls are a great place to go. There's, like I said, yes, it's hot, but the other thing that it comes with is 300 plus days of sunshine a year. If you're coming from a Seattle or a Washington or an Oregon, 300 days of bright sunny sunshine is fantastic. It brightens your mood and makes you feel better. It's just one of those things that you learn to live with. So those are the pros, those are the cons or challenges of potentially moving to North Las Vegas. In my mind, North Las Vegas, and especially driving clients around there and selling homes there and showing people all of the great things, I think North Las Vegas is one of the big jewels of the area. It's got so much going for it. It has so much potential there that you just can't escape looking at it. You have to at least take a look at it. Kind of depends on what your work situation is. If you're going to work for one of those tech companies out there, or you are getting deployed here to or transferred here to Nellis, North Las Vegas is fantastic. There's just so much going for it. The cons aren't really that bad. This isn't the 70s and 80s anymore. This is the 2020s, and it is roaring here in North Las Vegas. If you'd like to look at something in North Las Vegas, you want to know more about it, you want to know more about some of the different areas here, and you just want to know about living in Las Vegas, go ahead and keep watching my videos, or give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email. Look, the info's in the description below. I'd be more than happy to just chat it up with you, see if something like this works for you. But until then, I'll see you on the next video, or maybe I'll see you here as my neighbor next. All right, talk to you then. Bye.